In this video, I'm going to show you how to quickly and effectively apply a tourniquet to give you the confidence to hopefully take action one day if the situation calls for it. So stay tuned. So when I had the idea behind Rescue Kicks, of course I wanted to save the life of your shoes, but also I wanted to show you how to save the life of somebody in need, or maybe just give you the confidence to take action if the situation calls for it. So in this short video, I'm just going to show you how to apply a tourniquet. Also a pressure bandage. So I'm going to apply the tourniquet to myself, show you the quick application of it. And then I'm also going to go through the National Registry EMT test out for bleeding and shock management. Okay? So when storing your tourniquet, first thing you want to do is you want to get about 6 to 8 inches of fabric off that side and fold your tourniquet in half like that. And you also want to store your tab like this so it's ready to go, so you can just pull and it's ready to go. That's open, and this opening is open. And then fold it back on itself. So it's stored like this, and it's ready to go. So what you do if you have a bleed here, you can open your tourniquet like that. It's ready to apply. So when you apply it on your arm, I like to have the tab facing toward my chest so that I can pull it toward myself like this. When you're doing, you want to get this first bite as tight as possible. So that way it's going to make your turns more effective. So you're going to bring that around to the opening. Now you're going to turn your windlass rod until bleeding is controlled, or until you no longer feel a distal pulse. Once the bleeding is controlled and you no longer feel a distal pulse, now you can complete this the rest of the way through. And you're going to take this white tab and you're going to put it over the top. Mark the time of application on the white tab. You can also put a T on the forehead. You want to make sure that it's visible so the doctors know to remove this when you transfer the patient. You never want to take the tourniquet off. Even though it may be painful, you never want the patient to take it off because it's going to start the clotting process. Once you started that process, if you take the tourniquet off, one of those clots could break loose and cause a bigger problem. So even though it's going to be painful, it's going to stop the bleeding, it's going to do the trick. So the most important thing about using a tourniquet or controlling bleeding is you want to apply direct pressure. So before applying the tourniquet, you're going to apply direct pressure to the area and either have your patient hold it or you can hold it yourself and apply direct pressure. If all else fails, you don't have a tourniquet or any bandage, the best thing you can do is just hold direct pressure on that. And you don't want to check to see if the bleeding stopped and things like that. You want to continue to apply direct pressure. And if this bandage gets soaked through, you want to put more bandage on there. If you have a pressure bandage, something like this, you can apply that over the top. And apply that. I'm going to show you that later in the video. But if bleeding is still uncontrolled, it's bleeding through the bandage, you can't get any more, you can't stop the bleeding anymore, you're going to have to go to a tourniquet. Alright, so when you first come in, you're going to say BSI, or body substance isolation, your personal protective equipment. You're going to apply direct pressure on the wound, and you're either going to have your partner or the patient hold direct pressure. Can you hold direct pressure on this? You're going to hold direct pressure on that. You're going to get your pressure bandage. You're going to replace it. You can take your hand out of there. Place the bandage You're going to wrap the pressure bandage your hair like this. Once you get it in there, you can fan it out. You're going to make a bite on there, right on the pressure, and then finish the bandage.
Well, that's done down there forever.
As you start to finish the bandage, they're going to say the wound continues to bleed through, so now you need a tourniquet. You're going to throw your tourniquet on there, either 2 or 3 inches above the wound, or high and tight.
Hider.
And now you're going to twist the windlass rod until bleeding stops, or you no longer feel a distal pulse. Once that is obtained, you're going to bring the strap through completely, put the white strap over the top, and mark your time. Now we're going to treat the patient for shock. We're going to put the patient in a position of comfort. We're going to apply high flow O2, and we're going to transport immediately, cover the patient with a blanket. And that's the National Registry EMT test out. So basically the idea behind this video, I just wanted to show you a quick application process for the tourniquet. You might start seeing these in schools and public places, public gatherings. These are going to be located next to AEDs and things like that, where you're going to have pressure bandages, you're going to have tourniquets, and stuff to control bleeding. For school shootings and things that are going on nowadays, and the public gatherings, like in Las Vegas, and the nightclub shootings that we had, tourniquets like this could save a life. Also, in the Boston Marathon, tourniquets can save a life. Direct pressure, anything you can do, basically you need to take action and do the best you can in a situation like that. So if all else fails, you're going to apply direct pressure. Any kind of bandage you can use. You could use a t-shirt, a towel, anything you got, just to stop the bleeding. But I just wanted to show you, in case the tourniquet is available, or if you feel it necessary, you can purchase your own tourniquet and have it with you. It could save a life one day. So just a quick application process. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Oh, it's giant.
You gotta put that bandage on it. This Bob. Wrap it up. Let's bandage your